In the world of TCP/IP network, the classic internet programs first developed, which in some cases are still relevant. Telnet, user interface for the Telnet protocol that supports standard command line interface on remote computer. FTP, ARPANET file transfer program, and the mail, which send and receive emails. As we can see, again, we have a tool for remote execution and a tool for data transfer. Generally, Telnet just gives us a connection to Telnet protocol server. It's just a command line interface for another host, and this protocol still used for access to some hardware devices too. Moreover, you can use it for debugging by connecting to other servers by choosing of TCP server ports. The servers which support text-based protocols. On modern systems, you can use the lighter netcat utility. So, for example, let's try to play with HTTP protocol. So we can see request on HTTP protocol and response from server. To switch to Telnet command mode, we may press Ctrl closing square bracket. And now we can ask for help. And now we can exit, for example, if the program on other side is frozen. Okay, FTP or file transfer protocol is another well-known part of the network world of the internet. It is still supported by some internet servers and is also built into some devices. We can access the FTP server through a regular web browser as well as through the FTP utility. In some cases, the latter variant is preferable because, for example, we may want to restore a file transfer or upload or download many files. Okay, first we have to log in into the FTP server. Let's try to do this as an anonymous user. In this case, any password will work, but open FTP servers wait some email address as a password. FTP has its own command line interface, and we can ask for help. We can first determine our current directory by the well-known for us pwd command. And as we understand it, we have two current directories, remote and local. The remote directory we got by standard pwd command. To get the current local directory, we can use the same command preceded by an exclamation mark. This means call this command on the local computer. It's the command from our local operating system. It's our local pwd. You may change directory remotely by cd command and local directory by lcd. We can get a list of remote directory using the well-known ls command. And what about locally ls? Yes, you just preceded by an exclamation mark. If you have sufficient permissions, you can download file by get command and upload by put command. But only a single file. If you want to work with multiple files, you will need to use mget and mput commands. In this case, it makes sense to disable the question about confirming operations using the prompt command. Also, switching to binary mode using the bin command. Binary can be important for the Microsoft client systems. Otherwise, you may receive a corrupted file because Microsoft loves carriage return line feed black magic for text files transmutation. We discussed this matter in the Under the Hood text handling on Windows lecture. Finally, you can use the reget command to try to continue downloading file after the interrupted transfer. And the hash command toggle the hash printing for each transmitted data block, which can be informative if the connection to the server is poor. Another useful for scripting program is mail, which is a simple command line client for sending or reading emails. This mail message must end with one dot per line. That's all. We send the email to user, named user, on the local host.